Greetings to everyone at this year's Digital Inclusion Summit. And thank you to all the members of HTTP for your leadership in ensuring that diverse voices and perspectives are not only participating in, but are at the center of the public debate over the future of privacy and technology. Technology, as we all know, continues to develop and evolve every single day faster than any of us can truly keep up with. And many of these advancements have an incredible ability to transform and improve our lives. Just think of how many of us have used Zoom or virtual learning or teleworking or online deliveries to get ourselves through the last 6 months of the COVID-19 pandemic. These kinds of advancements were unthinkable just a decade or so ago. They were the stuff of Hollywood movies, and now they're at our fingertips. But there are still many Americans who lack access to these incredible tools, with a disproportionate impact on Black, Hispanic, low-income Americans, and rural communities. That's why one of my top priorities in the Senate has been expanding access to high-speed broadband, especially at this moment of national crisis. Last month, I called on internet service providers to suspend limits and fees that come with increased broadband use, to expand coverage areas, to help close the digital divide, and give as many Americans as possible the digital tools they need to thrive in these trying times. But along with their many benefits, we must also be aware that these emerging technologies come hand in hand with some profound problems. Just consider how easily and how often technology like facial recognition can be abused to violate our right to privacy. We've already seen it used by the Chinese government in a manner right out of Orwell's novel, 1984, to surveil and detain individuals involved in protests and demonstrations, and to enslave 1 million members of the Chinese Uyghur community. And here in the United States, even as agencies like the FBI use the technology to search through databases of driver's licenses, studies have shown that Asian and Black individuals are up to 100 times more likely to be misidentified by facial recognition technology. That's severely troubling when you see the growing adoption of this technology by law enforcement entities and recognize the extent to which minorities are already over-surveilled and over-policed in this country as it is. That's why earlier this year, I joined with several of my colleagues to introduce the Facial Recognition and Biometric Technology Moratorium Act. If it becomes law, this bill would end the use of biometric technology, like facial recognition technology, by the United States government. And it would boldly reaffirm the civil liberties of every person in this country by protecting their right to live free of unjust and discriminatory surveillance by government and law enforcement. The threat posed by this technology, which is rife with systemic inaccuracy and biases, is far too great for us to stand by and do nothing. We are living through a historic moment right now in which our nation is grappling and coming to terms with systemic racism and inequality that have plagued and shaped our nation since before we were even a nation. Men and women of all ages and races have taken to the streets of city after city across America demanding change. We cannot adopt emerging methods or technologies that exacerbate these systems of inequality and discrimination or lead us down the path to being a surveillance state. And I know that all of you at the Hispanic Technology and Telecommunications Partnership understand this fact. That's why you're working hard to bring equality to this sector of our economy, because how easily it is used to deny our civil liberties. And you recognize that if we had more diversity and more inclusion in this sector, more folks from more minority backgrounds were the ones developing and writing the code for these emerging technologies, then maybe people of color wouldn't be so easily misidentified. So thank you for your work to ensure diversity and equity in the tech sector. And thank you for hosting this event as you continue to stand at the forefront of the debate about the future of technology, privacy, and our civil liberties.